So, there are people in the world, you know, I mean, I wouldn't be here if there weren't, but let's put these people in the categories. There are people like, normal people. Try to just get by every day minding their own business. That's a medium person. There are the high, snotty, rich people. You know, that's the better person in society standards. And there's the absolute angels that'll just sacrifice everything just for other people, and they are god tier. But then you go below medium, which is kind of where I am, you know, stupid scum like me, you know, that, and then you find the lowest of the low, and those are the people that try to put down others for no apparent reason, and honestly, it's confusing. So I was scrolling Twitter, and yeah, of course I was scrolling Twitter. I'm weird that way. But I found a retweet by someone, and it was saying, it was talking about how this one person, and I'm too small to have anything happen to this person, but this user's account goes by the name of Sick World. I'm gonna just go by their @ because I don't want to try to pronounce the display name. But what they were saying was, hey, you should put a trigger warning for hijabs, and also, like, basically just Muslim people in general. And I was sitting there like, okay, that's already pretty stupid. But the reasoning was people have a lot of PTSD and really bad experiences with people of this, like, culture or race, and so my first thought was, well, it sucks for them. That's an actual type of person, and not all people are going to hurt them, you know. But they were asking a lady that was very, very pretty. She had a hijab on, and they're asking them to put a trigger warning for hijabs. And so they go and find another post with a lady in a hijab and say, oh, look, she's very pretty. But at the very beginning, it's trigger warning hijab. Now, trigger warnings can be good, like, for actual things like gore, venting, that includes, like, I don't know, needles or self-harm or depressive thoughts. All of those trigger warnings, good. Like, people can actually get decently hurt or triggered by that sort of thing. But what this person is doing is genuinely doing the opposite of what trigger warnings should be doing for people, which is helping set boundaries and stopping other people from being affected and hurt, you know? But what this person's doing is saying, and, you know, kind of abusing the role of a trigger warning by saying that a certain race and something that reflects that culture is bad and should be, like, labeled as a trigger for people. And if it is a trigger for people, if you have had bad experiences with someone of that race, figure that out yourself and just ignore it. Because not all people are going to be like the 1% of people you've met like that, you know? So I decided to look deeper a little bit into their, you know, actual Twitter page, and one of the things I see is, hi, I'm in no way trying to be disrespectful, but you can't wear a hijab and be pretty. Allah said to cover your heads to hide your beauty from men, so they don't commit sins. So logically, hijab, ugly, equals ugly. And if you disagree, you're not Muslim. Now, I like to point out this is obviously a troll account because of the reaction they got from the trigger warning debacle thingy. Because what they're doing is just absurd, and they continue on and on and on this tyrant of, oh, haha, haha, your race sucks, haha. So, firstly, this tweet right here, I'd like to say, no matter what you are or what you're wearing, you can be considered pretty. For example, the left side of my face is mostly plastic, when I was like 5, it got all scarred up because my face was like kind of torn apart by a dog. People call me pretty. Then again, that could just be because I'm ginger, but whatever. If I can be pretty by having scars and little bits of plastic in my left cheek, I feel like wearing a headwear that reflects your culture and religion and beliefs is absolutely fine. And if you can rock that, and I'm sure you can, you are beautiful. Okay? Okay. But that basically that one tweet is basically kind of how the majority of their, I guess, opinions are. But I'd like to, I'd like to put, well, not really put, but I'd like to look at the replies to some of her tweets, which is, people putting pictures of women with hijabs on and saying, "Ooh, scary, are you scared yet? Ooh." And then there's the one that's like, I hope this gives you nightmares." And there are obviously the few that are like, this disgusting behavior and are you out of your mind? And to those people, you're right, you have a point. She is, or she, he, they, I didn't check for their pronouns, my bad, but I see I'm stumbling over my words now. I don't really know what to say to this. Like, this is disgusting. You go out of your way to just tear apart someone's religion, beliefs, culture, you know, all of that, just because you had a bad experience, possibly with the 1%. They didn't even say they had any bad experiences with them either. They just said some people do. And that could vaguely be referring to themselves, but it's unlikely. And honestly, I feel like what they said the first time regarding the trigger warnings wasn't a joke or being ironic, but after the reaction they got, they turned into like an actual like freaking troll or whatever. And so honestly, just ignore this person. If you do see them around or anything related to them, just ignore them, or don't be like them, because honestly, this is pushing against equality, even though they try their hardest, apparently, to stand for LGBTQ rights. They're taking down another culture's rights in order to push up another, which isn't equality at all. We shouldn't be doing that. Alright? So on.